I even went to in the chat. In case you guys don't know, I'm Patrick Sky. I'm a cosplayer, ranger actor on YouTube. I've written a small ranger comic series, and been attending convention shows for about 15 years. I feel like about now. Um, yeah, it's been a journey.
And so for I know you go to a lot of like ranger cons more,
Yes.
like Ranger Stop and
Mhm.
Paramorphicon.
Power Morphicon. I've done Go Go Ranger Station in Philadelphia. I've done Ranger Stop and Pop Atlanta, Ranger Stop Orlando, Power Morphicon California. The only show that I haven't been the only Ranger show I haven't been at yet is More Phenomenal Expo. I'm waiting for my invite, guys.
Chef Mackie, get the memo. He lives in Texas.
That's right. I love Texas. Texas is amazing. I will be in Texas next month, Houston for NostalgiaCon.
Oh, Nostalgicon.
I'll be there for NostalgiaCon. I haven't done NostalgiaCon yet, but I heard great things about it, so I'm looking forward to it next month.
Yeah, I went to my first time going to a Nostalgicon in Anaheim next to
Okay.
Disney,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and like it's like huge.
Wow.
Like so like over like 150 um anime voice actors,
Wow.
Teenage Mutant Turtle from the movie, from the
Very
TV
nice.
show, um, Disney voice actors,
Nice.
and like free Power Rangers. That's
Okay.
it.
Was the building at the same building they did Power Morphicon in 2023, the same D23 building in Anaheim?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, very nice. I do like that building a lot. They have great lighting.
yeah. Like it's huge.
Hmm.
Like that's my friend going. Compared to like I'll go to Anaheim, L.A. and Pasadena with, and I think I know the L.A. Comic Con is the huge convention center. It's a
Yes.
convention center that it's a lot. There are a lot of areas to walk to,
Okay.
but I'd rather have like one big room
Yeah.
because you have to. It's there, and I mean like so. I mean couple that like the voice actors, like the previous one,
Okay.
go for an anime Riverside, because they're
Yeah.
anime Riverside, anime Pasadena, anime Las Vegas. They are the same owners,
Okay.
and I know he worked with Unworthy. He played at the Mega Ranger for SPD,
Oh, nice.
and he doing like the Dragon Ball Z series with Trunks, Son of Trunks.
Okay, very cool. That's very awesome. I think I do remember that convention. Yeah, I'm glad there's so many different conventions venturing out for specific genres that will appeal to the fans because it makes you feel like you have a home away from home to go see people with mutual interests and to share those interests with. And that's something I connect with a lot at Ranger conventions. Listen, I love going to a lot of different conventions because it's a little bit of everything for everybody. But the one that's most dearest to my heart are the Ranger conventions because Power Rangers is one of my favorite fandoms aside from Star Wars. Those are my top two favorite fandoms. I haven't been to Star Wars Celebration yet, but I do plan on going when they come to LA next year. But Ranger Conventions is my home away from home. It's I grew up with the brand from the beginning in '93, and I found a community here more than anywhere else. And I'm so grateful for anybody who I interact with that loves the fandom, and grew up with the fandom, and even meeting the new generation of people who I came across it on YouTube, I came across it on Netflix, or even just Ranger fan films that we do where people find enable a way to connect with it. So which is really great. So I mean, the Power Ranger community is always going to have a special place in my heart, and I loved attending Ranger conventions.
Yeah, cause going to Power Rangers like convention, like it's more like talk to the fan,
Yep.
like talking about like different seasons. And my first Power Morphicon was in 2015.
Okay.
Like for cause I told my cousin invite me. I go, hey, they're a Power Morphicon, and the first person I met was Austin St. John,
Nice.
cause back then, cause I don't know, cause I go before I wasn't into like the con scene that much, like mostly like cause my friend is more into like the animated.
Yeah.
So been going to like Anime Expo, like no, I'm gonna open more. Well, other cons are available. So go, okay, they're anime Power Ranger. They're Power Ranger. I didn't know about it, so my cousin told me about it, and then I have other friends who like horror conventions,
Oh,
like
nice. Yeah.
like I see like the fandom there for the horror convention and Power Ranger. Like there, it's like a mix of group of like that I like for going to like oh my first time going to Power Ranger. Like my first experience, like I first met Austin St. John,
Nice.
Monica May. Well, there's a lot. I don't remember their
There's a
names.
lot of you have 30 years of history of Ranger actors, so I can imagine how trying to keep track of them all 100%. But as long as you got to meet them and you had a great time and had great memories with them, those are the ones that count.
Yeah, except for Austin St. John.
Everybody has their different memories, and
Yeah.
what can you do?
Oh yeah, I was SPD Blues. I know his name, but his name is play as Sky, and
Okay.
SPD Red Jack. I don't know his I don't know his real name, but I know about the
First name is
character.
Brandon. Yeah, his last name escapes me, but I remember him because he played a LA crime boss in one of my favorite shows, called The Rookie, and which is great, and he plays such a great role in that show.
Yeah, because only I remember watching him before Power Ranger was she's the man from Channing Tatum and
Okay.
Amanda. You know, like the soccer thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first. Hey, I go. Then I go back watch it. I go, hey, it's the guy from the Red Ranger from Power Ranger. Like so weird, like how like voice actors are like the former Power Rangers,
Yeah.
like Johnny Young Botch. He's doing like a lot of anime stuff.
Johnny Young is like the king of English dubbed
Yeah.
anime. I feel like you can't come across not one anime where he's not voicing a character in there, which is great. I mean, because he does an amazing job bringing these characters to life. It just after over the years, Johnny's voice. So it's like no matter what character it is, it's like I know that voice, and that's Johnny Young, which is great.
Yeah. Then time for not Justin Fun, the other guy. The Quantum Ranger. Cause you do
Okay.
like video game voice acting too.
Yes, he did the
He
voiceover for Virgil in Devil
Virgil
May
from
Cry.
yeah
Hmm.
the last game. Like
Yeah, and I love Devil May Cry.
oh man,
It's such a great game, such a great series.
game series. Then Johnny Young Bot do the anime series.
Yeah.
So that's a more like into the Kong.
Yeah.
And so far, as you growing up, what's your first con? Do you ever went to like a first con at like younger age or more older?
Um, I wasn't introduced to conventions until 2010. Before that, I love dressing up during Halloween. Halloween is my favorite holiday, and I loved dressing up. Going to trick or treating growing up. And as I grew older, towards high school, they were those Halloween parades in the city. So I would dress up for that, and we would go tour the city in costumes with friends. And one day I had heard like, hey, they're having a convention at New York at the Javits Center in New York Comic Con, and I was like, oh. So my first cosplay that I ever wore was Green Arrow from Smallville. I was a big Smallville fan. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, perfect. Um, I absolutely loved Smallville. I grew up with Smallville, and the first costume I wore to New York Comic Con was Green Arrow from Smallville, which I absolutely loved. It was such a great. And once I had got into the building, I was like, "These are my people. This is where I wanted to be." So many people share common interests and hobbies, and they're all love to dress up. So I was like, "This is." I absolutely love this, and I fell in love with attending conventions and then traveling conventions and going. I'm like, wait, I don't have to wait every year for this when I learned there's a convention happening every weekend in a different state. So I just started venturing out, going to different states, going to different conventions, meeting different people, and then eventually I was like, I did some different characters from Marvel and DC and sometimes video games. And I was like, why am I not doing Power Rangers? I was like, my first Ranger cosplay that I did, I think this was like 5 years, about 4 years in after I started conventions. And my first cosplay was the Green Ranger, of course, it was Tommy. But I wanted to do a spin. I wanted to make something a little different. I loved the 1995 movie that came out. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. So I wanted to do the Green Ranger version that never happened on film. It was the White Ranger. So I had I collaborated with a great friend of mine now, and an amazing prop maker. His name is Wild Ranger 5 on Instagram and Facebook, and he makes most of my show helmets. He made my 95 movie suit in green. We had never done it, it hadn't been done before. And then a prop maker called Maniac made my shield, and then Taller Alzo made the helmet for me. And then at that time, San Diego released an exclusive gold dragon dagger. So I used that to make it look different. And then I attended New York Comic Con wearing it, and New York MTV had taken a photo, and it went viral. And I was like, everyone enjoyed it. And I was like, I'd love to continue with Rangers. And I was such a Tommy guy growing up. I mean, a lot of people ask, like, oh, well, what was your favorite Ranger growing up? It always will be Tommy. And, the following question is, well, Tommy came after, who was before it? I was like, there really wasn't anybody before it, because as much as I love the show, there really wasn't anyone to connect with for me until Tommy came, because he felt, he just transferred in, came into a new town. He was a loner for a bit, and there were parts of him that I connected to more than anyone else. So I was like, I'm gonna start this journey from all Tommy suits, and that's how my journey ended. Well, that's how it took off, where I was already, what's the next suit, what's the next suit, what's the next suit. So it's been such a great journey, doing things with the Tommy character, from wearing it to doing fan films to now writing a comic book, and all that stuff. Just one cosplay just like took it completely off the map for me.
Yeah. Be- Then you do like the White Ranger, then
Yeah.
Donner Charger Black.
Mm-hmm. I've done, in the beginning when I first started, I was always adding a different kind of spin to the suits. Like I wasn't doing the show suits at that time. I was doing more like the custom altered suits that you see online on YouTube and stuff. And it was green at first, and then I said, okay, I want to do white, but I want to add a spin to it. So I had put like the movie shield on, and then I did Zeo and Turbo, and then friends were asking me, or people online, like, what's next, what are you going to do? And I was like, well, I guess now is a perfect time to do the show suit. And a lot of people were like, oh, the hard shield. And I grew up with the 90s US show. I grew up with the soft shield. So that was my version of the suit. I didn't watch Sentai growing up, so I grew up with the way the style was done on the American show, on the US show, where the shield looked different, the dragon dagger was different. You can tell the difference between the two suits. So I had started mapping it out, and thankfully, I had become, very good friends with Jason, and Jason was able to show me, some behind the scenes photos of the angles, and I had linked up again with Wild Ranger 5, Matt Wilson, and the soft shield had not been done before. So no cosplayers were doing it. So when I said, he's like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" I said, "Absolutely." And it was so well received, and I'm so happy to see, even Jason was like, whenever he would repost people with the soft shields again, I would always, comment on, like, we would text each other. He's like, always because of you, and it's such great to see people embracing that soft shield again, because that's what we grew up with in the 90s. It was that soft American shield. And I know when you compare it to like Sentai footage, it looks different, but for me, that's my suit. I love that suit for it. So when they were like, "What's next?" It had to be that one. And then ever since then, I've stuck to doing as much US versions of the suits like White Ranger, Zeo, Turbo, and Dino Thunder, and all that stuff like that. I think the biggest differences with US was Green Ranger and White Ranger, and all the other suits that came after that were very just like two Sentai at that point. But the biggest difference in between the two suits were MMPR Green and MMPR White, which you can notice the biggest differences in between the two.
Yeah, definitely because oh for for the Legend of Eye Dragon
Mm-hmm.
suit you have
Yes.
Eric Ree.
Yes.
It's the same who made your outfit, right? Your suit.
My Legend of White Dragon suit was made by a company called J Toku Costumes. They made the bodysuit, they made the helmet, and they made the armor. I did the alterations of the weathering on the body, on the armor. I made these sneakers myself. I took some running sneakers, and I added the armor on myself. A buddy of mine who makes my body suits, my Ranger body suits, his name is Deca Mexican. On social media, his name is Ivan. Fantastic, prop maker and seamster. I'm not sure the actual terminology, but he makes all my Ranger bodysuits. So I sent it to him to adjust some things for me, and then when he sent it back, I puff painted all those little dots that you see. I did them all by hand. I lost like a good like 2 weeks of sleep because I wanted to bring that suit to life. When he did it, when we made it happen, Jason from the beginning, was like, I want to see you cosplay this suit. I need you to make it happen. And I needed to make sure I did it, and I wanted to with the same context of doing the 90s green. I wanted it to be perfect. It had to 100% be perfect because I didn't want to go back and say, man, I wish I would have done this differently. I wish I would have done that differently. So I wanted to make sure I did right by it when I wore it. And I wore it at Power Morphicon last year. And Everyone loved it, which was great, and I know a lot of people ask, that's a big question. When's the film coming out? When's the film coming out? Unfortunately, you guys can follow the social media pages and ask those questions over there. But for me, everything that I do it to honor someone who is near and dear to me, someone who's a close friend and who is like a brother to me. I do it to, keep his candle and his spirit and his memory alive. Because that's what he wanted. He would want the fandom to, enjoy it as much as possible of all the characters that he's played over the years, and keep those memories alive. And if I can do it in just the smallest of way as a guy wearing a suit, I'm happy to put it on just to make somebody smile and say, for Jason, because that's really what I do is these Ranger cosplays and Legend of White Dragon, these fan films and these comics that I write. It's everything is, if you catch it, everything is showing love to somebody who I will always consider um, a brother. Me and him and I, got close very over the years, and that was somebody who's near and dear to me, who I miss every single day. Even till now. It still feels like day one. And I'm sorry to navigate away from your question, but I everything I do is to make sure that his memory is preserved.
Yeah, definitely. I just want to know the pricing, like how much you pay for your outfit, like total. Cause
Oof.
they're like yeah, I know you buy the auction one, Heritage
I
Life one.
I did. I did. That was an experience. Unfortunately, I had to send that back um, because they couldn't find the boots. So sadly, they couldn't find the boots. So I just I was like, hey, if you can't find the boots, this is kind of an incomplete suit. I think I'm gonna have to send this back. I think they ended up having another auction recently within these past couple weeks, and they've relisted it. And I believe someone else won it again. Um, I hope they enjoy it. It's sad, that I didn't get my suit complete in that it got to a point where I had to send it back. I got to see the suit. It was absolutely amazing. I could see the memories that are fabricated into it by the little battle damages and the little dents. It has history in these suits. So everyone who got to own it and has it complete, congratulations again. And I wish that you guys hold on to it because there's a lot of memories in there. I believe the suit that I got belonged to the stunt actor. Um, his name escapes me at the moment, but it was with an M. But it was amazing. Getting to actually hold it for a bit. It's discouraging things didn't work out. But I have some personal things. Thankfully, some things that I was gifted. To Jason, and for me, that kind of memory means more than anything. For it. So the heritage auctions. There were a lot of stuff. I think there may be a rumor. There may be a third auction. Don't quote me on it, but I think the rumor is there may be one more auction left that may be coming out. Did you win anything?
No, too much money.
Is there anything that you would have wanted if you could?
I would get the White Ranger outfit, the White Tiger outfit.
Very nice. I did see that on there. Yeah.
Cause I have Saba.
Nice. You have the legacy one, the talking one?
um, I think I don't know which one, but I buy at Toys R Us,
Okay.
and it was like when Toys R Us went going out of business,
Yes.
and I paid like $60 for it.
It was such a sad day to see Toys R Us close down. But a lot of people did come up during those going out of business sales where the $60 was a great price for Saba. I think it was like above 100 at that point, maybe 120 or something like that. To get it for $60 is amazing.
Yeah. That's like. Cause I used to cosplay.
Okay, why'd you stop?
Um, Ken from Street Fighter
Very nice.
and Tokugawa Kineko
Okay.
because it was hard to do like put like content on like the fake one.
Context. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, I go oh, man, like you're like afraid to like I want
Poke
to
your
poke
eye
your
out or
eye.
something. Yeah. And you have to be careful with your contacts too, because if you get something in your eye, you don't want to make any damage by rubbing on it. I completely understand.
Yeah, definitely like and also like Halloween is my favorite season holiday too.
Awesome.
And like I used to dress like in the dinosaur one, the floaty one.
Oh, the air dinosaurs. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And also like when they have like the Easter bunny for Easter
yeah.
for
Okay.
what my community college did.
Nice.
I go, who wanna be the Easter bunny? You know what? I will wear it.
There you go.
Says volunteer and like yeah, great.
Well, maybe at a next convention or a future convention, we'll see you suited up again.
Definitely like I need to find like an outfit to because sometimes I look at online,
Hmm.
but I don't know which one. Like you have to get your sizes, your height and
Yeah.
tall, weight,
Yeah.
everything. 'Cause I'm a size large,
Okay.
so
It's always best to get the sizing as accurate as possible so you can feel comfortable, in your suits. And listen, if you have something in mind, doing in parts, there you don't have to uh, pay for everything all out of pocket. Pay what you can and start low and work your way up. Start with the boots and then the suit or the pants and the gloves or the shield and then the helmet or whatever the character may be. But just remember, you could do it in parts. There's no rush. You don't have to. Unless you have it, and then if you don't, it's okay to pay in parts, as you go for what you can afford. And a lot of great budget cosplays do come out great too.
mm, all right. Thanks for the information.
Of course.
And also what
And I also
else?
and if anybody's curious about, where do I get my Ranger suits, parts, helmet, shield, body suits, boots, and all stuff like that. On each one of my pictures, in the caption, I'll always credit the prop makers of everything that I'm wearing in the suit. So always take a look at the captions, and then you'll see, who my helmet maker is, my suit maker, my boots, my props, all that stuff like that, and just click their page, and it automatically will take you to their page for you to check out their work. Credit, 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 credit. I cannot stress that enough. Credit. And always do it in the captions, not in the comments, because it's always best when you see it right there. When you see the image, it's easier to find the people if you credit them in the caption.